This week in reading, we're talking about metacognition, thinking about your thinking as you're reading in order to comprehend more deeply the words on the page. So we're reading The Sisters Grimm by Michael Buckley, and we left off on page 4. I hope you won't bother your grandmother with all these ridiculous questions, Miss Smirt said curtly, which was how she said most things to Sabrina and Daphne. She is old and cannot handle a lot of trouble. She's dead. I've already told you a million times. Our grandmother is dead, said Sabrina. We did a background check, Sally, Miss Smirt replied. She is who she says she is. My name is Sabrina, not Sally, Sabrina sighed. Whatever. The orphanage would not just release you into anyone's custody, said Miss Smirt. Oh, really? How about Miss Langdon, who swore her toilet was haunted, said Sabrina. Everyone has quirks. Or Mr. Dennison, who made us sleep in his truck, Daphne chimed in. Some people love the great outdoors. Mr. and Mrs. Johnson handcuffed us to a radiator, Sabrina cried. Miss Smirt rolled her eyes. Oh, you act like it was the end of the world. Imagine how hard this has been on me. I was mortified when I heard what you said to the Keatons. They locked us in their house for 2 weeks so they could go on a cruise to Bora Bora, Sabrina said. Oh, I think it was the Bahamas, said Daphne. It was Bermuda, and they brought you both back some lovely t-shirts, Miss Smirt said. Anyway, it's all water under the bridge now. We found a real relative who is actually eager to take you into her home, and not a moment too soon. To be honest, we have run out of families looking for rude little girls, and if she were an imposter, I would hand you over to her. I'm thinking to myself, gosh, they must have had a very hard time with all those different families, and how awful the families were to them. And I'm thinking it must have been very difficult. I'm feeling bad for them. With that, Miss Smirt put her nose back into her book. Sabrina looked at the title. It was called How to Get the Love You Want. The conductor's voice rang out from the speaker on the ceiling, and it announced that Ferryport Landing was the next and last stop. What's an imposter? Daphne asked. It's a person who pretends to be something she's not, Sabrina said. Do you think there's any chance she's really our grandmother? Oh no, not a chance, Sabrina whispered in her sister's ear. Dad told me she died before we were even born. No, she's some crackpot, so don't worry, we'll be gone before the crazy old bat knows what's happened. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm wondering if she got a plan to escape from this particular house. Is it really her grandmother? Could it be her grandmother? I have a lot of wonderings about what's going to happen next, and that's a good thing when you're reading. You want to pay attention to those questions and those wonderings because that's what helps you understand. So today, in your reading log submission, I want you to again read for 30 minutes, write your title and your author, and then write a sentence which describes a thought that you had while you were reading. Happy reading, everyone.